Okay, so today I want to, let's see, I did a video on KDE and Live, which is right here. I did a custom layout, and if you haven't watched that video, go ahead and give that a watch. It's pretty good. Anyway, in that, I talk about the safe zone and how it's an overlay. You don't have to have an overlay. There's center, 4 squares. I'm not sure what that one's used for. Maybe to find center. I'm not sure. I've never used something like that. This is rule of thirds. That can be helpful when you have an image up there and you want to zoom it or move it so you're not dead center. I've done rule of thirds if you look back in my videos. None. And then this one is the one that I use. And this is a safe zone. So this is called a title safe, view safe, safe viewing. It's basically for televisions, if you're not aware. A lot of dedicated video editors have this. It's built in, but some do not. And I was using Google Vids, and this is Google Vids, and this is when you open Google Vids right away, this is what you get. And it does not have, I looked and I did a search, and it does not have guides that you can drag in for your safe video title area. So when you're watching it on televisions, anything outside of these lines may get cut off by the television screen. So that's what these are for. It's to keep your graphics on screen. And for an example, if you look at NTD News here, this will look this way. See how they're indented in from the right and the left and the bottom? And a lot of times logos get cut off in the top. I see a lot of YouTubers making this mistake because they're not using a screen safe guide. So today I'm going to show you a quick way to go ahead and do this for yourself. Let's go ahead and go to Shapes down here at the bottom. You click on Shapes. I'm in Google Vids, but I know this will work for Clipchamp for Microsoft. I don't know about any other ones. Those are the two that I have tested that I'm going to do today. So I just dragged in a square right here. I just dragged it in. And I'm going to go to click on Format Options. And I'm going to go to Size. And I believe about 96 pixels is about an inch, which is what I want. Right? Okay, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to drag this to the corner. And I'm going to go back to Shapes. And I'm going to grab another shape. And I'm going to drag this up to the corner. And I'm going to take this shape. I'm going to drag it down to this corner. Snap it when you see the red lines. It'll auto snap. Same here. See, it'll auto snap. You have the left line that's red and the bottom line that's red. Okay, so that's one. Now, the way I was taught in graphic design is that things are weighted at the bottom, so I don't like my top margin and my bottom margin to be exact. So I will pull this up a smidge, just enough to make it seem right. Otherwise, your work looks a little top heavy. And in fact, you could pull this up a little bit. Not too much, that's a little too much. Okay, I can live with that. You learn this in photography. In the darkroom, you would get points off. My instructor would take points off if your format was not weighted. So it was something that was drilled into me. But do what you want. Apps don't do it, so I manually do it. Okay, and then we go here. All right. And let's go to order. And we're going to go send backward because we want to see this square. And this was sitting on top of it. I want to go back to its format options by clicking this. So if you turn that off, you click that format options, and I want to do 50%, okay, because I didn't have lock aspect ratio. Make sure that that's ticked. And now let's try again and do 50%. And that'll give us about a 1/2 inch. That's what we're after, about a 1/2 inch. And I think if you're following along, I think you have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do next. We don't need that now. We can close that. We can grab this, just drag it in. But first, I want to grab our big box, and I want to go to fill color, and I want to go to transparent. Got it. And I want to go to border color, and I'm going to do red. That's me. You can do whatever you want, but that's me. So I'm going to go here for our second screen line, and I didn't snap. There we go. Now it's snapped. And I'm going to wait for the hand, and you go down here, and we drag this down here. And I don't think I'm correct. If you look at my left to right here, I think it's a little, yeah, I am a little off. See, you can see I'm a little off. See, it's a little closer here than it is here. See? So let's click on this again, wait for it to snap. There we go. Now we're dead on. Now I'm just doing mouse scroll with control. Hold control and then mouse scroll. And this is a little tall for me, so I'm going to bring it down a smidge. There you go. That looks about right. And I'm going to bring this down here in the corner like this. Again. And now we'll correct this so it's snapped. All right. And then we will go to our fill color, and we will do transparent, and we will go to our line color, and we will do red. Okay. And now we can delete this. And there you go. You've got your safe area. So now anything that you put inside of these red boxes is going to be safe. I wish there was a way that you could lock this down. I have not been able to find it. And I would also urge you to, let's go ahead and highlight this and highlight this. You can see our 2 layers down here, which you see by hide timing. Show all timing is what I have here. So if we click it off, that goes away. If we show timing for selected, both will show, or you can do all timing. Now what I would do is I would go up to, I'm not sure where it is. I think it's, let's see, oh, it is here. It is under arrange. So you do Control-Alt-G or just go group. And that switches it to 2 objects in 1 layer here. Now I wish there was a way that I could lock that. I have not been able to find it, and maybe they'll add it at some point. If we go to format options, I even looked here, I couldn't see it. Position. I wish that there was a lock. I mean, we have lock aspect ratio, but that's it. It would be nice if we could. Now you also have indentation left, right. You can do that as well. So if you wanted to not have the guides, the reason I like this is because it gives me a visual representation, but it is clunky. So you can put it to the bottom or certainly above your video. So let's go to videos and let's drag a video in. Let's just drag it in. And it kind of sits on top. So what you could do is you could also go back to shapes. You can drag a line here and you can do center screen. So you can line things center. Hold down shift and that should constrain it. And then again, click off of it. You can Control Z, click align, and it's right there, center, shift. And now you have your custom guides. This is how we used to do it in graphic programs that didn't have, so let's ungroup this, that didn't have, now I'm gonna grab this line, grab that line, didn't have guides. Guides were not always a thing. They came later. So you have to actually grab the objects, hold shift, grab the next one, hold shift, grab the next one, hold shift, grab the next one. And now you can go to arrange group. And now you have 4 objects. There you go. Now you can get rid of the background. There you go. We got rid of the background. And you would only need this when you're putting down your graphics or you're laying down your titles. I don't think you would need it all the time. So you could just save it as your template. Up here you can just say guides template. If I could spell, I would be dangerous. It's amazing I'm a graphic designer. Okay, guides template. Now I do proofread. So that's my saving grace. Okay, so that's all I've got for today. I hope you learned something. I hope you like these videos. And leave a comment if you want to learn something else. I certainly enjoy making them, and subscribing and all of that would be awesome. I would certainly appreciate it. All right, well, thanks for stopping by, and you have a great day. All right, you take care. Bye-bye.